with it. If you're new to my channel, my name is Amanda. I've been teaching yogic practices for over 20 years. I love moving my body. It's not always the first thing that I want to do, but I absolutely love how I feel after I move my body. And that's really what keeps me consistent in my practice at the very foundational level, is just understanding how I feel, how I think, how I perceive the world when my body is in a much more harmonious state and harmonious place. So let's invite that intention into the practice today, to just find more harmony within, so that we might experience more harmony around us. Yeah? Come into a comfortable seat, a simple cross-legged seat. You can cross the ankles one in front of the other. You can take a more complex seat if that's in your practice today. We want to find ourselves in a seat that is tall and relatively effortless, where we can feel a bit of simplicity in the physical body. Bring your thumb and tip of your index finger to touch, what we call Gyan Mudra. You can let the hands rest face down or even face up on the legs. With the eyes closed, begin to listen to the sound of your breath. And see if you can take a longer inhale. Longer exhale. In a sense, you're wanting to slow your breath and deepen your breath. Inhaling deep into the belly, into the ribs, into the chest. Exhaling from your chest, your ribs, your belly. Inhaling long, deep breath in. Exhaling slowly through the nose. Taking a few more moments here just to breathe. Working on deepening your breath. And as you're moving through this process, you might observe your mind and the different thoughts that start to pop up like popcorn. Allow the thoughts to come, allow the thoughts to gently go, and come back to focusing on your inhale and your exhale. Let's take a deeper breath in, our deepest breath so far through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale like a sweet sigh. One more time here, inhale. Open the mouth, exhale, however it sounds, however that feels. Let's bring our hands together at the heart center in prayer mudra. Now, I'm not sure how the sound will travel on this live stream, but I would like to invite us to come together with the sound of Om. This is a great way to consecrate your yoga practice, to cross the threshold into this moment that is and should be meaningful for you, bringing your sense of meaning into your practice today. We'll take a breath in and we will come together with one Om. Inhale. Breathe in and exhale. Gently bow towards your hands, your heart, your prayer. And we'll take the hands down to the lap. We'll come up tall through the crown of the head, and the eyes can gently open. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here, whether you are on the actual live stream or tuning in afterwards, if this ends up living in the space. Thank you. Let's remove the padding if we have it. And we're just going to reach the legs out in front of us. Nothing too extreme. I'm going to bring my hands back behind me. And we're just relaxing a bit here. If you're newer to sitting, it can be a little bit intense. You can tap the backs of the knees and just let there be a reminder of flow in your practice. Relaxing into it. Sometimes, right, waves of energy can also evoke waves of emotion and memory. So it can be quite a confronting practice, as it actually should be. So we want to give ourselves some moments to just kind of free it up. Okay, so let's come back to that cross-legged seat and let's let it be a little bit more simple. If you had your foot up before, let's just bring it down so it's a little more relaxed, a little more open. And what I want us to do is to just gently shift the heart forward and lift the chin. And exhale, we're going to round the spine and come back. And I'm going to hold my legs. It can be the shins, the knees, wherever you feel comfortable. Inhale forward and exhale back. You breathe through your nose if possible. Inhaling forward, exhale back. A lot of times when I'm teaching, as I'm practicing, I will need to breathe through my mouth. So I just want to clarify for you, try to inhale and exhale through the nose. You can let these movements be very slow and very gentle. If you are a yogi tuning in, you can go a little bit quicker in your body if you've got the flexibility. As we breathe in and take the heart forward, we're going to circle all the way over to the right. We're going to round the spine as we come back. We're going to circle to the left, inhaling forward. Let's lift the chin, open the throat, get into the thyroid. Exhale, round. You might feel some popping in the bones. You might feel where the body feels tight, where it feels a little bit dense. All of this is great information. The next time the heart comes forward, let's take it to the other side. So we're moving towards the left, rounding as we come back. Take it over to the right and bring yourself forward. If you'd like, you can close your eyes and you're just kind of spiraling. Connecting to the breath, connecting to the movement. Okay, let's come up through center now and just sit ourselves up nice and tall. So every time we're sitting up, we're also drawing the navel in, right? Lifting up tall through the spine. I'm going to turn to face you. Let's take a moment and just roll the shoulders up, back and down. Lifting up, back and down. Take it in the opposite direction. I like to do this nice and slow, just allowing for the joints to open. You can let the breath be very natural. Very good. Let's take the arms out and just start to move through your elbows. If you're like me and you sleep on your side, all curled up, wrapped up into your pillows, right? We've got to open the joints, nice and slow. Get the fluid to move. Good. And just simple breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. Okay, and then the wrists. Let's move those wrists. If you're like me and you are typing away all day long, it might be catching up with you. We want to get the fluid in the wrists to move. And then also the fingers, so let there be this kind of octopus wiggling through the joints of the hands. I've been riding a motorbike for 5 years. It's definitely new for me, and it is starting to catch up to my body. So let there just be a moment of moving. Let's make these big circles now with the shoulders. Take it forward. Beautiful. Okay, stay with me. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Okay, take your left hand to the left. I don't think I'll be mirroring you. You're going to reach your right arm up and over. You can bend your left elbow to go a little bit deeper into that right side body. You could try to keep the arm more straight. You could also take the hand to the opposite side of the head and kind of turn up towards the ceiling. We want to stretch into that right side body. The arms are always kind of blocking the side of the body. The arms are hanging beside us. So we want to think of letting the light in, letting the sunlight in. Let's breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. One more breath in. And one more breath out. Let's come up through center. Relax the right hand down. Let's take the left arm up and over. And again, you could choose to be a bit more straight up. Lengthen along the ear, maybe bend the elbow, hold the head, and then turn to look up towards the sky. So your heart is also moving towards the ceiling. Maybe bend the elbow of the right hand, go a little bit deeper, find where that stretch lives for you. Let's breathe. And breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Let's let it go. Let's bring that left hand down. I am just going to take a look at the chat, which means I need to come a little bit closer. I just want to make sure that things are working. Okay, great. Okay, amazing. Thank you for being here. If you're still here, or if you're coming back, I'm glad everything is working. All right, so let's continue here at the seat. Now, if you do feel like you need a little bit more of that support, you can always bring the support back under the seat. In general, we're rocking the spine. It's nice to remove the padding and just feel the sits bones to the earth. Okay, we just stretch through the side. We're going to reach the arms up to the sky. Big inhale. And you're going to twist to your right. So you're going to bring your right hand behind you, your left hand touching the top of the right leg. You're going to lift up tall as you breathe in and exhale, gently twist. This does not need to be aggressive. Inhaling and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let's give it one more round. As we breathe in, we'll come forward and we'll reach our arms up to the sky. Let's bring the hands into the heart. Take the hands down, find an inhale, and exhale. Arms up, breathe in, reach up. Twist to the left, bring your left hand behind you, your right hand to the top of that left leg. Lifting tall as you breathe in and twisting as you breathe out. Being very mindful of your neck. Sometimes we twist from the neck. We don't want to do that. We want to twist from the base of the spine and slowly spiral into the neck. Let's take another deep round of breath. Inhale. Exhale. On your inhale, come forward, reach your arms up to the sky, big breath in, hands into the heart, breathing out. Release the arms down, breathe in, and breathe out. Amazing. Let's remove the padding once again. Let's bring the legs out, give a little bit of a shake. It can sometimes be nice to step the feet to the floor and just wave the legs from right to left. Okay, let's take a few rounds of cat-cow. Cat-cow is always helpful. It can be very gentle. It's just a little more of our flexing and opening the spine, which is just so, so helpful for our consciousness. Let's bring our wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. As we inhale, we're going to lower the belly, lift the chin, lift the tailbone, look up. Exhale, round the spine like a cat. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhale, round. Let's do it one more time. Breathing in and breathing out. Come into a neutral spine, a flat back. Bring your big toes to touch. Walk the heels a bit wider. And let's see if we can come back into a child's pose. My microphone will probably get a little bit muffled here. You're going to bring your forehead down. Let your elbows touch the ground. It's totally fine. Breathe and just relax here as best you can. If you have trouble with this shape, let me know in the comments, and then I can give you some props and adjustments to make in the future, if not today. And you just want to give your spine a moment to surrender here, to just de-stress your body, de-stress your system. Breathe deeply into your back. For many beginner yogis, this is one of our favorite postures, something to return to when you're feeling maybe a little bit overwhelmed in the practice itself. And this is just great at any moment in time when you need to just take a little surrendered rest. Child's pose is so healing. Let's take another breath in. And exhale, let it go. Let's walk the hands in now. We'll come up. We will bring the knees in as we lift up, nice and tall. And we're going to move into a little more with the spine. So you should feel like your energy is starting to really wake up, right? So we're inhaling and we're going to arch the spine forward. And exhale, I'm going to come back. Only in this one, I'm going to keep the chin a bit more leveled. And I might even go a little quicker with my breath and a little quicker with the spine. Let's keep going here. This is a little bit Kundalini yoga inspired, although it's not technically that practice. We're just exploring a little bit quicker of movement, a little bit quicker of the breath. That can start to really impact your subtle body, right? The subtle body is your energy, it's your emotions, it's the patterning of your thought processes. Let's go a little bit longer. Come up tall, take a deep breath in, hold, and exhale. Beautiful. Let's come off of our feet. It might feel a little intense if you're there for a long time, if that's newer to you. And then again, let's just shake out the legs. So we are breaking up our patterns, right? Patterns of consciousness, patterns of, how we are impacted, how we are affected by our environments, our culture, our families, our whole process, right? We get into different patterns and perspective. And yoga can be so transformative because it helps us to come into a bit more of a balanced perspective. And what I have found that means for me is that I can understand your perspective, even though I come from my own place of beliefs and understanding. I can start to see that you see things in a certain way. And if we can both see that, we can have communication and conversation where we start to understand one another, and we can build positive solutions for one another through that bridge of understanding. So it doesn't mean that I need to adopt your belief system or that you need to adopt mine, but that we can understand one another and find a harmonious way of living on this beautiful planet. Let's take the legs forward, give them another little shake. And then we're going to bring the left foot in and let's open it out to the left. I'll come here. Yeah, so my left foot is to the right thigh and my left knee is open. If you are feeling like it's super lifted here, you've got a tight hip, this is where some padding is going to help you. Or if you feel a little tension in your knee, you just want to be mindful, right? Give it some lift, give it some protection. We're going to flex this right foot, and I'm just going to press my hands down and try to lift up a little taller in my spine. I can even pull this flesh back so I feel more supported. Take a breath in. And exhale, I'm going to start to walk my hands forward, and I'm going to see how far forward I can go until my body says, wow. Okay, we're stretching. Inhale, lift the heart a bit here. Try to lengthen the spine up. And exhale, see if we can go a little deeper into this fold. Maybe we can tuck the chin. You can close your eyes here, no problem. Those of you that are more advanced, maybe you are holding the foot. Maybe your forehead is coming to the leg. Wherever you're at, I want you to just please drop into your breath and meet whatever you're feeling in your body, meet it with your breath, not your mind. Stay with me a few more breathings. Inhale, begin to lift your spine, lift your gaze, look up. And exhale, release, let it go. Beautiful. Let's remove the padding if we have it. I want you to take that left foot a little bit away from your right thigh. Left hand is behind you. You're going to roll onto your left shin, and you're going to stretch through that right side body. Give it one more inhale. And then exhale, you're going to bring your seat back down to the ground. I know that's a big move. If you can't lift your hip, you can just reach through that right body. Let's switch sides. Let's take that left leg forward. We're going to bring the right foot to the inner left thigh. Pat up the knee if you need to. Lift up through your spine. Deep breath in. And exhale, take it forward. Now, this could also be a place where you are using your blocks, so you have some support. This could be your forward fold, right? No shame in that. This might be your forward fold. Lift your spine, breathe in, And exhale. See if you're able to go a little bit deeper. We'll tuck the chin. We'll go into the depth of our own process here. Very personal to each of us. Let's breathe. Try to get the breath big. Long, slow breathing. A little bit longer. You've got this. Try to stay right at your edge. Don't go beyond it. Okay, inhale, lift the spine to look up. Exhale, walk your hands in, coming up nice and tall. Beautiful. Remove the padding if you have it. Open the right foot just a little bit away from the inner left leg. Now remember, if you can't come up onto the shin, you can just lean back and stretch. Those of you that can lift up, you're going to open into the groin. Stretch the body. Big inhale. And an exhale. Bring your seat down. Beautiful. Can take that right leg forward and again, give it just a little bit of a shake out. Okay, let's see if we can go into a Baddha Konasana shape. So now we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. One of my first Hatha teachers, he recommended 3 fists away from your groin, that's a pretty good place to begin. As well, if you do feel, right, like your hips are pretty tight, padding can help here as well. Consistent practice will actually, get you to open just bit by bit. Hands, you can take the peace fingers and thumb around the big toes. You could hold the ankles. Inhale, let's lift up tall. And on that exhale, you're going to start to take your spine forward. You could press your elbows into the legs if you like to do that self-adjustment. You could also take a block and bring your forehead on a block and let your arms come out in front of the legs. So let's just take a moment to establish what's working here for you. Close your eyes. Let's tap into the breath. Breathing in all of that prana. Prana is the life force, the chi. When you go into a jungle, into a forest, into a natural space, you breathe in the prana, the life force of all of those plants, all of the nature. We access this in our yogic practice, breathing in new life, breathing in potential. Take a few more rounds of breath, make any adjustments so that you're going towards your personal depth in the practice. One more breath in. Exhale, go a little deeper. Nice. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, walk your hands in. Very good. Let's lean back in space. Release the legs out. Let's take a breath in through the nose. Open the mouth and just release it with some sound. It can be very helpful. You can move your legs a bit. Just let the energy flow. Okay. Well, I pray you're all doing well. Thank you for being here with me live and also on the replay, again, if it exists. All right, let's take the legs into a nice wide V. Now, this is where you may want to have some props. A little bit of support. This is where a bolster can come in handy. This is where blocks can come in handy. I can do a more, restorative yin specific practice. This is just kind of a morning stretch the body type of situation, my morning at least. So you can let me know in the comments if you'd like some different styles. I'm going to keep my feet flexed in this practice, right? So you can see that the toes are curled back, the legs are pressing down, and I want to lift up as tall as I can. And again, this could be your forward fold, depending on your hamstrings. Otherwise, we're going to inhale, lift up, and then exhale. I'm just going to start to slowly come forward, and I'm going to feel into my legs. On the exhale, maybe I'm able to go, right, a little bit deeper here. Maybe for some of you, my microphone's going to muffle. You can actually lay your torso down, but keep the legs activated and alive. And we'll just find a place here where we can be with the breath. And again, don't be shy if you need to be up on the elbows. And I'll stay up here today for sake of the voice. Let's close the eyes and breathe deeply. And with that breath, try to meet the edges of the body that are being asked to open. I like to say that we are allowing the body to feel really safe in this experience. It understands that I'm listening. I'm not trying to just dive into a posture. I'm not just trying to perfect it the way that it looks on Instagram or, any of these other photos of asanas. I'm listening very deeply to the body so that the body is safe, and the body will eventually, over time, many lifetimes, it will begin to open. A few more breaths here. Go for the depth of breath now. Feel into your most expansive breath without forcing. On your next inhale, you can lift up slightly, and as you exhale, you can walk your hands in to come all the way up. Ooh. I like to just lean back out of those hips. Let the energy flow. Maybe a little bit of movement is helpful. Any sort of sound, especially if you're in a space where you can make sound, like wow, vibration, let it flow. Let it flow. All right, let's come up nice and tall. We'll just do a few more of these kind of forward fold leg stretches, and then we'll come onto the back and we'll make our way into rest. You're probably feeling ready to. So if my legs are open into this wide V, I'm going to take my left foot and I'm just going to bring it into the groin. Grab a block if you have it. You might need it. You might want it on the inside or even on the outside of the foot. I'm going to keep those toes flexed back. And what I want to do here, we can start with the block, is the right hand will come down, the left arm up, and I'm going to lean over. So right away, I know I can bring my elbow here. Now, your chest is going to want to move towards the ground. So what we're trying to do is reach into the sits bones and spin the chest to the sky. You can keep your left arm up if that feels better for you. You can reach your left arm towards your foot. Now what I'm going to do is bring my right arm on the inside of the leg, because I know I can go a little deeper here. I can hold my right big toe, the foot. I can reach the left fingers to the outside edge of that right foot. And now I'm working a bit more in this shape, right? My body is like, you need to work to open that heart. Let's breathe wherever we are. Breathe into the sensation. Open it up. Bring all of that sunlight in. Even if it's nighttime where you are, bring in the light. Give it one more round of breath, please. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale, start to bring your left arm up and slowly, slowly lift yourself up. And just give yourself a moment to receive that. It's quite a big opening. Beautiful. Let's switch sides. Left leg is long and the right heel is in. Now I am significantly tighter on this left side. I'm going to bring the block. I'm going to flex through that left foot. My left hand will come down. My right arm will come up. We start the journey. And then if we're able to go a little bit deeper now. Breathe. One more round of breath. Inhale, lift your right arm up. And exhale, slowly, slowly bring yourself up. And just take a moment to feel it. Okay, so let's bring ourselves down onto our backs. Let's bring ourselves down. Let's bring the knees to touch. You can bring your arms into a cactus shape or just like Savasana arms, or sometimes, bringing the hands onto the body, the belly, the heart. The feet are as wide as your yoga mat and the knees are touching. So you shouldn't feel any gripping in your inner thighs. Your belly should be nice and soft. The cactusing of the arm just kind of opens the heart a bit more. So there's some energy there. If you prefer to not have that, then take the alternative variation. Close your eyes, tuck your chin slightly so the neck is long. Maybe take a swallow, relax your throat. We call this a constructive rest. Keep the breath deep without any straining. And just let your body find the earth here. Let your spine relax. And breathe in all of the positivity from the earth, the support of the earth, and allow yourself to feel supported. A lot of us spend, so many hours alone. We're so much more removed from physical connection. We need to create this vibration at times within ourselves, reminding ourselves that we are supported in life. We're meant to be here to live out this wild and beautiful human existence. Allow your nervous system to calm and let it rise to the surface, whatever it may be. If there's some emotion there, some feeling, just allow yourself to go through the process safely and sweetly. We're going to slowly now bring the legs into the belly and just give a gentle squeeze. You could hold the shins. You could also hold the backs of the thighs if that's more accessible for you. This is nice. You're pressing the spine into the ground. You're also squeezing into your belly a bit, which is why we want to avoid food about 2 hours prior to our yoga practice. So we can really clean the digestion. And energetically, there can be a lot that hangs out in that area of the body, a lot of resentment, a lot of anxiousness, fear. So often when we're repeating these types of movement, we are energetically cleaning that part of the body, right? Helping us to manage fear and scarcity, anger, jealousy, all of these things that we encounter. We're human. So we want to keep ourselves really clean, allowing the emotions to flow, allowing the thoughts to not get stuck or to become too rigid. Let's take our legs up towards the ceiling and we're just going to kind of let them dangle there for a few moments. This is called Waterfall pose in the yin practice. So we're just allowing the energy to flow from the feet, right? Especially if you're sitting at a desk, sitting, the energy is just constantly flowing down. So we're just taking a moment here to reverse that. You can have a nice little bend in the knees, relax the ankles. Now, this might really be stressful for you, right? Your legs might be shaking a bit. You can bend the knees a bit more. And that's just giving you a sign, right? If you're experiencing a lot of tension here, we want to do a little more yoga. We want to open up the hamstrings. We want to get a little more flexible. So this should be relatively simple for us humans. And don't beat yourself up if it's not. It's okay. You're just getting you're getting a mirror of what will be helpful for you in the long run. Let's breathe. You might be starting to feel like the energy is softening out of the ankles. It's almost like the fluid, right? I mean, literally the fluid is draining. Notice what you feel. Slowly release. You could stay there for longer, for sure. You could also put your legs up a wall, which is nice. Let's let the legs come down. Breath in, a deep breath out. Let's just take a few moments in Savasana. I could do so many more yoga postures, but this is a trial run here, so let's just rest. Make sure your chin is slightly tucked, that the neck is lengthened out. Wiggle your body a bit, maybe tuck the tailbone. Some padding under the knees can feel nice here if you feel any tension in your lower back. Close the eyes. You could even take a little eye pillow if you have one. And let's just take a few moments to rest here. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's move through our fingers and our toes, ankles and wrists, the knees and the elbows, the shoulders and the hips. You can stretch your arms above your head, and you can roll your head a little from right to left, nice and slow. Step your feet to the floor, roll over to one side. You can pause there on your side, like a little fetal position. It can be nice to just wrap your arms around your body and just like love on yourself, like, oh, I'm so grateful that I'm healthy and my house, and I'm just grateful to be here. Thank you for being here. You can thank yourself. This type of inner voice is very, very powerful. As cheesy or as cliche or as like cringe as it might, sound when we're talking about it, it's a very powerful inner voice. Let's press down to come up. Because the other inner voice, the other option is the negative inner voice, which is also very, very powerful and very destructive. And this is the voice we really want to conquer and create that voice of positivity, voice of trust, voice of compassion, voice of love. And it really does start with our own self. So being very, very kind to ourselves, very kind to our body, very kind to our minds. The journey that we're on here is not easy. We might make it look easy, but it is not easy. And we want to acknowledge our efforts and the ways that we apply ourselves in this world. Let's close the eyes, bring the hands into prayer mudra, and just take a moment to feel what you were able to create through this practice. Extending the great benefits of this practice beyond ourselves, that others might also benefit from our time here, and that our practice can somehow be of service. And we'll take a deep breath in for Om. And gently bowing towards ourselves, towards each other. Thank you for practicing with me. Thank you for your time. I welcome your feedback so that I can make this even better for you, better for us. And wishing you much love and many, many blessings.